Okay, what's up everybody? Welcome back to our channel. As you can read by the title, I actually was tested positive for COVID-19 and it is not a joke, it's not a prank, it's not anything like that, it's the truth. And I just wanted to share my experience just because I know a lot of people maybe haven't really heard it firsthand or had known someone who's had it yet, or if they have, maybe they just haven't said anything about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it and see if I can just kind of bring awareness to it, because it is very real, it is still going on, and you guys still need to be just as careful as we were in March, okay? So it all started January 3rd, 1988. I'm just playing. No, but so it all started about a week and a half ago. I got a really, really bad headache. And I was like, what the heck is this coming from? This is weird. I took a bath and I hadn't taken a bath in years. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe because I took a bath, like, you know, I'm feeling this way. And even Thomas was like, yeah, it's just your body like releasing toxins and stuff, right?
Right.
But it wasn't. So anyway, we had already had plans to go to Vegas to my in-laws to visit his dad for Father's Day. We did not go to Vegas to party, so let's just make that clear, because I don't want people to be like, oh, you went to Vegas? You must have gotten in Vegas. I didn't get it in Vegas.
I went to Vegas to party, but didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. My goal out there was to go visit my dad and just spend time with him, and honestly have the kids spend time with him as well.
Yeah. So we were getting ready for it and stuff. Once we get there, that's when everything starts to hit me. One by one, you know, it was just like fever. And you know, you can get a fever from anything. I didn't think much of it. I was like, there's no way I could have the Rona. Like, I haven't been anywhere. I haven't been in big crowds. I didn't protest. I haven't been not wearing my mask. Like, I still wear it, you know, even though I hate it. But and I don't even do most of the grocery shopping lately. Like, he's been doing most of it. So I was kind of like, where did I get it? You know, I couldn't figure it out. I did go shopping once without everybody. It was just me. So I was thinking it was maybe that day that I had to go stop by my work. But it wasn't. So we're in Vegas, right? And then we get there. The first day we're swimming, and that day I felt so exhausted. I didn't want to really do much, but I'm trying to be, you know, like suck it up and just do it. So we go swimming. The kids have a great time. I end up falling asleep in the living room for like 3 hours, huh?
Yeah.
I fell asleep for a long time.
Like during the time that we usually put our daughter down for a nap during the middle of the day, she pretty much just went inside to slept with her.
And I felt like, okay, so Vegas was like 109 when we were out there, 110. So it was super hot outside, and then I go into the living room and it's super cold because they blast the air. And I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I feel worse because of that. You know, I usually already here in California when I work and it's really hot and we have air conditioning in the classrooms, I always get headaches because of that. The temperature change, you know, always gives me a headache. So I'm thinking that's what did it. So Kylie and I sleep for like 3 hours, and then we go home and I'm, you know, fever, chills, everything at night. And then the next day he was going to be going golfing with his dad. That was probably one of the roughest days because I had the kids with me and I felt like crap, like absolute crap. My head hurt. I couldn't really like even like tell them stuff. I was like, what? I don't even care. Like, just do whatever you're gonna do. Like, they just did whatever they wanted that day because like I couldn't even like get up and discipline them, you know. What really got me concerned was that day I changed one of Sissy girl's diapers. I didn't know she had poop, but you know, I figured, you know, in the morning she usually poops or whatever. I changed her, she had poop, and I couldn't smell it. And I literally put it up to my face. I could not smell the poop at all. And I was thinking, what the hell? And I had already Googled the symptoms because I just, you know, just to make sure. That's the first thing, like when people get sick, I'm pretty sure right now, that's the first thing that comes to your head. Like, do I have it? So I had Googled it, and one of them was like, no taste or smell. And I didn't smell it. So I kind of started getting a little concerned, but then I'm like, okay, when I have a cold, I can't smell either. You know, it's not that big of a deal. So then the day went on. I was barely hungry. Oh yeah. So then I poured myself a bowl of cereal. I couldn't taste it. And that's when I was kind of like, oh crap. You know, but then I'm thinking like, where can I have it? And then he kept telling me like, oh my gosh, you don't have it. You did.
I did not say that. I did not go.
That's all you ever do.
I went, nah, you don't have it. Nah.
Like he kept telling me I didn't have it. Like I was crazy because like, okay, where would you get it? You know?
Yeah, but I could tell she was during most of the trip. You know, she was kind of sweating, but she was still at a point where she could do things with us. Just kind of sweating it out. I was taking medicine. So it was sweating it out. I was like, okay, fever, you can sweat it out, you know, a little bit. We ended up still going bowling. Honestly, we still ended up going, where else did we go?
So that day we went to, I don't know where it's called, but that day it has a little arcade, which I'm sure you guys saw.
Arcade.
Who follows me on Instagram, you guys saw we were at an arcade and it was like completely by itself. So that was cool. I was like, okay, at least it's like completely alone. I didn't touch anything. I didn't play anything because I was like, I don't even feel like playing anything. I was sweating so much. So I was like, I don't even want to touch anything or anything. I left my mask on. I let Josiah and him play. And I stayed with the baby in the stroller. We went bowling and I only touched one ball, which was the ball that I had gotten assigned. And there were barely any people in the bowling alley too. That's another thing I want to clear up before everyone's like, you went over to Vegas and started spraying it all around. I didn't go and spread it all around. I literally stayed to myself. My biggest concern was, what if I have it and I'm over here like exposing my in-laws? Because that was my biggest concern, because I'm like, okay, I'm in their home, like, you know, I'm in one spot. I barely moved from the couch, but I'm still like, I was kind of like, okay, I'm still using their restroom and everything, but I was trying to be super careful, trying to like wipe everything down after I left it, you know, because I didn't want to be like the cause of someone else having it, you know? That's like the worst feeling. Thankfully that didn't happen, but that was my biggest concern. But while we were in Vegas, yeah, the things we did do were we went to an arcade, which I did not participate in, bowling, and then we went to eat when we went to Caesars. So those are the main three things that I did. And it sucks because we wanted to vlog Vegas for you guys, and this is not a video I thought I would be making. Like, I thought I would be coming home to edit a Vegas vlog, and that didn't really happen because I honestly like did not feel like recording. We didn't post anything that week. So the videos you're seeing this week are actually old videos from 2 weeks ago that I was gonna edit and post last week. But I was barely on my phone because I had really bad migraines. So anyway, that's another thing I wanted to clear up, because I know, like, I don't know, I just feel like with this whole thing, I feel like everyone's just like, oh, you got it, it's because it's your fault, you know, or it's because you're not being careful. And that's not always true. I mean, stuff like this happens.
Your mom probably makes you feel that way.
No, I just feel like everybody, have you not opened social media? And it's like, stay home, you're the reason, you know, it's like, okay, before you guys start talking crap.
But honestly, we've been staying home since
that's
March.
The thing, like, that's what pisses me off, because I'm like, I wasn't even in crowds.
Right.
I was in Vegas. I didn't even go to one single bar. I didn't even get off in the strip.
Yeah.
You guys saw that we drove by it twice, and that's it. But there were people over there twerking all up on the streets, but they don't have the Rona. Just kidding. No, but it's just gonna be frustrating to me if I start hearing like, well then, you know, why were you here? I don't want to hear it, because it literally happened with people who we felt safe with. Okay, and it could happen to you that way too. So I'm just saying that part. Because so I came home and I told my mom, and she was like, well, why'd you guys go out there? I'm like, I didn't get it out there. I was already sick when I got there. But anyway, so day 3, I was gonna get all calm. So day 3, that was Saturday. So that day I was like, I didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. And so I felt like I got a lot of rest on that Saturday. Sorry. I felt like I got a lot of rest. So on Sunday, on actual Father's Day, I felt really good. I felt super good. I felt like, okay, finally, you know, like maybe this is it. I passed because in Vegas, they have temperature checks everywhere, like body scans where you just get scanned and then
they just check your heat temperature. It's almost like walking through a metal detector, and they just already can see your body temperature. And every time she passed,
because I was always sweating.
She was sweating, but she took medicine, you know, and she was walking around fine with us. It's not something that, from what I can see, this disease is not something that should be taken lightly. But at the same time, it's something that, like, you know,
if you get it, it's not a death sentence.
It's not a death sentence. It's not something you even have to probably stay in bed. that will keep you quarantined, like in bed. Obviously, you want to stay quarantined, but it's not going to confine you to a bed that's going to, you're going to have like a flu.
I mean, granted, I'm in my early 30s, so that's a huge factor.
Right.
I mean, if you're like 60 and watching this, don't take my advice. But yeah, for a person who's for the most part healthy and everything, like, obviously it's going to be like a really bad cold, a really bad flu. But but yeah, it's so easy to catch. It's crazy. Anyway, so Sunday I felt a lot better, and I thought, oh, okay, I'm good, but then the next day it was worse. So anyway, fast forward to when we're going home from Vegas. My headaches aren't as bad. My fever's like coming and going a little bit, but it's not as bad either. And then I have to go to the restroom when we're on our way home from like State Line. How we stopped at State Line.
Stopped at Whiskey Pete's.
Yeah, Whiskey Pete's. And I took off, like I started walking so fast. And by the time I got to the restroom, okay, so I go in, they do the temperature scan, and they actually gave me a little sticker like, okay, you can go, you don't have a temperature. And I went to the restroom, and when I came out, I could not stop coughing. And I feel like I inhaled a lot of smoke because that hotel like had a lot of smokers like during the time. And oh my gosh, I think that's what triggered my cough. From that moment, I could not stop coughing. I coughed for like 15 minutes on the road. And it was really bad. And I started feeling really short of breath. Sorry. I started feeling really short of breath, like if I had ran like 5 miles and I literally had just gone to the restroom and came back. But from that moment, that's when the cough came. And so I'm just like, okay, this is it. Like, this is a different kind of cough. It feels different, So we get home at around 1 a.m. and I had to go again to the restroom because I had been drinking so much water to stay hydrated. And I come up the stairs, and again, I'm coughing so much because the coming up the stairs got me so agitated. Even thinking about it just gets me like agitated. But any sudden movement I would make, getting from off the couch, I was like, and I would start coughing. Laying down, I changed one of Kylia's diapers, and just in case you guys are wondering, the kids are not with us right now. They're with my mom, and they've been there for way too long. Honestly, I feel like the worst part of it is like not having the kids, and just feeling like you can't do anything for them. That's the worst part of it all.
Yeah.
But I know it's for the best, and I know that they're in good hands, and it's just safer that way. It just sucks because I just can't have the kids. I can't have my babies, but luckily they've been okay. Thomas has been okay. It's just been me. So
the kids are gone, but just for my sake, because for me, I got maybe a slight cough from it, but it hasn't really. Nothing of her symptoms has affected me. So I still have not gotten tested just yet, but Stacy has, and we confirmed that she did have it.
Yeah.
We just found that out literally last night, like late last night. So I told my job, we told a few people, like my parents, my dad, who was in contact with us and stuff. They haven't had any symptoms, so I'm gonna get tested on Monday. It was the earliest I could set it up. I think I might have it, but I'm probably asymptomatic, which is pretty much I wouldn't have the symptoms of it.
Which is so scary because it's like, damn, like, imagine if I was asymptomatic and we're both asymptomatic together, thinking, oh my gosh, we're so healthy, and we're like spreading it. And I think that's the scariest part right now for me.
This is the closest me and Stacy have been in our own home. We're always separated. This is closest, but I know that I'm most likely probably not going to get it, so I'm okay with that, and then I for sure will get tested. I'm already quarantined right now anyway.
With her?
What else we going to do,
Yeah, like we're like...
Sickness and in health.
And mom's like, I FaceTime them and the kids, and she's like, why don't you have a mask on? He's right there. I'm like, we're literally at like separate ends of the couch.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It sucks.
Yeah, so, okay, so then I came home. The next day I call, so I'm looking up places where I can get tested, right? Because now, we're in state, because apparently, like, you can't get tested if you're not in the state you live in. So I was like, great, I could. The whole time I was in Vegas, I couldn't get tested. So I get home, I start looking up places. CVS is, like, booked as hell because everyone's getting tested. Like, people that don't even have symptoms, which I understand because everyone wants to know. But it's like, damn, like, people like me can't get tested because y'all over here taking up my spots. I was kidding. Anyway, so I finally called my own doctor, and she was like, it was like 9:30 in the morning. She's like, come in at 10. You know, if you sound like you have all the symptoms, like, please come in now. I was like, oh crap, like Thomas is working and I was with the kids. So I was like, I have both of my kids. She's like, that's okay. You could bring them if you have to. So I ended up taking the baby and Josiah was just on his tablet here. So I go and then I get tested and stuff, and I was super scared because like I had heard people were like, it's so painful. Oh my God, it's the worst pain besides childbirth. I was like, oh my goodness. So I get tested and it was uncomfortable. It wasn't painful, I wouldn't say. It was uncomfortable, but I mean, I would do it. Well, I'm gonna have to do it again, but I would do it again if I had to over having a baby. Anyway, and yeah, so they had told me it would take a few days, and fast forward, cut to, here we are, and I tested positive, and I already knew it. By that time, I already knew it. So then I had to tell my parents, like, obviously, because they have the babies, and I had only told, honestly, everyone watching this video is probably the first time for a lot of people that know this, because I just told a select few friends and a select few family members. So when we come home, if you guys saw our last video, Thomas's brother just suffered from a slight stroke. So he's in the hospital right now, and
we can't go see him either.
And we can't go see him because it turns out my sister-in-law told us that he tested positive for COVID. So I'm 99.999% sure that's where I got it, because we had gone over his house 2 weeks ago to celebrate his birthday. So at the time we went over, he had no symptoms, and everybody was fine in that house. We were fine. So I think that's the scariest part for me, that we had no idea, he had no idea. So honestly, like, no one's to blame in the situation, and it's just really unfortunate, because now here I am sick, here I am with our kids and stuff. There he is, he's alone in the hospital, and I have to keep reminding myself, like, I think I have it bad right now. Like, he is just suffered a stroke, has COVID, and can't see his family, So it's a really, really hard situation. So I would just, honestly, the purpose of this video for me was not for attention. It's not for you guys to feel sorry for me. I am feeling much, much better. Like, I don't need anything, although I have great, great friends and family who've been blessing us.
All right.
Thank you guys. If you guys know who you are. But just be careful, and I know that's so annoying having to wear your masks, and it's like such an inconvenience to us that have such little problems, but imagine me, like, if I have to go somewhere, like, I need to wear it, and you need to wear it around me, It's not because you're fine. Like, you could be coming in contact, you have no idea if they have been exposed within the last 14 days. You don't know that, and like, that's the scariest part for us, because it's spreading, and people like me are gonna be fine. But imagine, okay, so I was just telling my mom, like, imagine if I hadn't gotten, or imagine if his dad had gotten it, and then here I am, it's at my expense because I was sick, and that I would have never been able to forgive myself. Or had we visited my grandparents for Father's Day, my grandparents, like, there's all these people that are, we might be fine, but they won't be, and I think that's the most important thing to remember. And one of my friends who's a nurse actually told us this, because I, in our group text, I told them, and I told them everything. And she was like, it's true. Like, I wear my mask for 12 hours a day. I think people can do it for a grocery store run. If I can wear one for 12 hours for a shift, And we just have to act as if we all have it, honestly. Like, just continue to wash our hands and continue to just practice that social distancing. It drives me nuts when you people don't stand on the squares or X's that are designated for you. Like, why? Why is it so hard? It's not going to make you get any closer to the line. Anyway.
Yeah.
I can't make this into a ranting video because I'll go off.
Should go off. No, but seriously though, I think I was kind of skeptical too. He was super scared. He's like, you don't have it. But at the same time, we were cautious. We were following the guidelines.
And I think that's why we were like, I can't have it. Like, I haven't done anything. We
haven't done anything. Like, honestly, like, we've been out. I'm working from home, literally. Like, so.
And I have the kids at home all day.
We have the kids at home all day, and luckily, I don't think they got any kind of symptoms at all, because they would have already had it by now. But they don't have anything, luckily, and they're with their in-law, my in-laws right now. But it's just something that we just got to take seriously as of right now. And it sucks because, I mean, since March, this is happening, and we just, what is it? It's about to be July. This is going to be next week is our 5-year anniversary. And we're going to have to spend it at home because, isn't that crazy?
I know, that's so exciting.
It just sucks. Like, but, you know, as right now, we just have to make that kind of sacrifice, you know, because we don't want to affect anybody else. Yeah. We want you guys just to know that, just to be cautious and know that if you guys know us, you guys watch our videos, you know, we'll keep it real with you guys. This is just what happened all of a sudden out of the blue. So, you know, we're happy that we're together with each other and we're not somewhere in a hospital. You know, I wish I could be there with my brother right now. That's one of the things that absolutely sucks. You know, and I try not to think about it that way. His situation is much different. It's a family illness that's contained with him, and something that we need to look into ourselves and me. You know, this is a time where, you know, we have to reflect and kind of make some changes health-wise in our life, and you guys are gonna be there with us. So
yeah, that's gonna be one of the main focuses of this, you know, remaining of the year.
Yeah, and then I know you guys will be there with us as well, so you guys get to see that journey and take it step by step with us. But you know, this COVID thing is pretty trippy. I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay. So basically, how I would describe it? It's definitely been the longest lengthwise that I've been sick. So that's what's really sucked. And it's probably been the hardest I've been hit sick-wise. I've been sick, you know, before with things here and there, but like usually, you know, your fever lasts like a day or two and then you're fine. But this one, like,
you also had Tom.
Oh yeah.
Which didn't make it any better.
Yeah. So of course, the time of the month had to land right when this all happened too. So that did not help either. God, it's just been such a freaking week. Yes. But so basically, how I would rate it is probably the worst I've ever been sick. Thank God I didn't have to go on a ventilator. The most I've needed was an inhaler. So, and I've never used one in my life, so it's crazy. But I thank God I didn't have to be hospitalized. By the time I went to the doctor, I was already kind of like over most of my symptoms. So she called me yesterday and told me I had it. She's like, you sound a lot better. So now what I'm going to have to do after this is I'm going to have to go back 2 more times. When I completely feel 100% fine, I have to wait 3 days and then get tested again. Make sure that's negative, and then I guess wait another period of time, which I'm not sure how much that is, and get tested a second time. I have to have 2 negative tests before I can be completely in the clear and be out with society or whatever. So hopefully my next test is negative, because I know sometimes people have had a positive even after they're fine. It takes a while for the actual virus to, you know, pass through the entire body or whatever. So that's our life lately. I hope it kind of gave you a little more information. I know some of you may think, oh, it's such BS, or it's a hoax, or, you know, everyone's exaggerating about it, or people are lying about numbers. But if you didn't know someone that has had it or been affected, now you do. Now you know it's the truth, and it is very real. So let's just take care of each other, take care of ourselves, be nicer to people. Like, don't automatically assume that because someone had it, it was because of, oh, it's because you were protesting, or oh, it's because you went to the beach. Like, it does not happen that way. It can literally happen from someone you know, you trust, who just does not know they have it. You know, people are still working their essential jobs. People are still doing their thing. You know, my brother-in-law's a UPS worker. He's busier than he's ever been in his life, you know? So, it could be, you know, and it could be anybody. It could be, everyone's out at the store, you know, you just don't know. So let's have a little more grace. Let's pray for people instead of having to always just come and attack. And the reason I'm sharing is just so you guys are more informed. If you guys have any questions, you guys can ask me. If it happens to you and you have a question, let me know. I'm more than willing to help, because I know people who have been affected have been super nice to me. And it helps because, you know, it's so new that you don't really know what to expect.
Yeah, we're thankful for already. I mean, we just found out like literally last night, like we said, and we've already had some friends bring over some things, just drop it off at a door, and like family members just pray for us already and stuff like that. So, you know, we all need to be in this together, so, with each other, you know. So we appreciate you guys, and if you guys need anything or need us for prayer, just drop a comment. You know, let us know what you want us to pray for, and we'll definitely do that for you guys, for sure.
Definitely. We love you guys, and
love you guys.
We'll see you next video. Next one is gonna be a lot lighter and not crying. It'll be funny. So just stay tuned for that.
Yeah. All right. Marascos out.
Bye.
Bye.